What's up, everybody? CHM Carnivores here, and boy do I have something really cool to show you today. A little while back I talked about why having a broken growth tip on your Nepenthes isn't the end of the world, and what your plant will do to make up for that. In this video I'm going to show why that might even be a good thing, and which seems kind of counterintuitive. Stay tuned and I'll show you why. See you soon. All right, everybody, I hope you're going well. I hope you've had a wonderful week, a wonderful day. I hope everything's going your way. Let's get right into this video. Now, I've made two different videos talking about what happens if your growth tip breaks on your Nepenthes. When I first started in Nepenthes, the idea of having a growth tip break was like the end of the world. And while it is a bummer, I want to show you three amazing things that happen that why this breaking of a growth tip might actually have been a huge win for me. Now, first thing I'm going to do is start off by showing you this plant. This is not what the video is about, but I do want to give you an update. This is the Raja by Rob Cantley. If you'll remember, I had to cut this thing back because it got stem rot. It is still very unhappy, unfortunately. But what I do want to show is that there is some new growth coming out, and that is on the up and up, even though it looks, for all intents and purposes, basically on the way out. However, that is not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is this lovely plant. Now, if you'll remember, I broke the growth tip on this plant when I was putting in everything on this new grow tent. I was super bummed out. I made a video right away because I figured there has to be somebody else out there that has gone through this, has experienced this, and I wanted to talk about why you shouldn't discard the plant, why there's still hope. And in this case, I am very excited because this plant rebounded in a huge way. Now, you remember I made the second video where I showed a tiny little growth point tip coming out of that broken one. And as you can see, we are starting to get a little vine. But that is not what the news is about. What the news is about is, if you can see, we've got two more activated nodes that are producing growth tips. So this plant broke the first one. Well, I broke it. And now it is going to produce three new offshoots. Now, a node, if you ever get a cutting, you'll notice that it looks like it comes off a stem, and that's exactly what happens. A node develops between where the leaf meets the stem. You'll see a little tiny bump. If it's not activated, it'll just look like a bump. What that plant that is there for is sort of the plant's backup system. If it's vining through the woods and it needs to offshoot, it will activate that node, or something happens to the growth point, it'll activate that and it'll create a new plant. And this is why growers are able to produce cuttings. You can cut the vine underneath that node. Normally it's good to have two of them. And what will normally happen if you root the plant is it will grow a new plant out of that little bump. And so what happens when the node or the growth tip breaks off is that the plant goes into sort of a mayday situation where it puts all of that energy to try to activate one of those little bumps or nodes in order to keep the plant alive. It's a survival mechanism. In this case, this plant went way and above what it needed to do, and it said, you know what, I've got a really clumsy owner. I'm going to go ahead and put out three new nodes. And so what will happen is that will turn into, I'm going to bring you over here, and so that's what it'll do. That's what a basal is. A basal is a node that's near the very bottom of the plant. And so I've got a Miranda in there that I'll show you one day in the house. It's got vines growing off of the vine. Those are all activated nodes. Now, this particular plant is an Alata by Caesar. And if you remember, Caesar is Merliana by Truncata. It produces the largest, if not the largest, one of the largest pitchers in all of Nepenthes. What's cool about this Alata by Caesar is it is crossed with Alata, which is one of the most durable Nepenthes. And so what you get is a big, robust plant that can produce pitchers well over 1.5 feet tall. Here's the plus: it can be grown in your home. It's one of the few giants out there that can easily grow given a regular home's humidity. I highly recommend it. What we're going to end up having here, because this is such a robust and vigorous plant from that Alata, is it is put forth a ton of energy, and so I will get essentially a giant pitcher producing bush out of this. Now here is the exciting news. Todd's Tropicals, where I got most of these plants from, is on eBay exclusively. He is highly, highly reputable, probably the highest out there. He's got thousands of sales, thousands of reviews, got a 5 out of 5 on every one of them across the boards. This plant is currently on sale. I believe it's about $60. The pictures are absolutely gorgeous. This is a dying one. Unfortunately, it's been down here since I got it. And so it turns this deep red, but it starts off very yellowish green with a purple specked interior. And so this plant is going to just absolutely take off in the next couple of months. I will keep you posted. Stay tuned for that. This is why reason 1 million why Nepenthes are such an exciting plant to own. There's a lot of ups and downs with them. It's a fun ride. And this is one more example of just how these amazing plants have learned to adapt to survive over millions of years. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed getting to share more plants with you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for the community that we're building here. Thank you for all the kind words and the support. I appreciate you very much. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and week. See you soon. Bye-bye.